Howdy, it's Dave Knott here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is, what is today? Wednesday, March 21st. Yeah, March 21st, 2018. And we got about, welcome to spring in Western Pennsylvania. And we got just about a foot of snow on the ground. So I think it's kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine. And I think it's kind of funny that the most liberal part of America is the Northeast and that corridor up there. And I mean, my prayers and thoughts, don't get me wrong. The people that are suffering through this, obviously, I don't wish them ill. But um, what I think that God has a sense of humor. The people that screaming the most, the global warming, all that stuff that you hear, climate change, and four nor'easters smack dab into that corridor. We got more than we were supposed to. We were only supposed to get about 4 inches, and we ended up with about 6 to 8 more than they expected. So if we got that much, we all obviously know that they got hammered as well. But I don't know why. It's not funny, but it is funny. It's just God has a sense of humor, in my opinion. Anyway, so what's going on with me? I'm waiting to get funded. I sent my paperwork in on Sunday early, so that they would have it before they got to work on Monday. According to the email, it could take up to a week. Sometimes I seem to get funded quicker. But on average, it takes between 3 to 5 business days now currently to get funded. What usually happens is they have to allocate the money off the master account and then give you access, right? So, how long does that take to set up? I guess it's pretty much flipping a switch at Top Step Trader, but I would think if you've been there before, it should be just get in. But I don't run their business. I don't know how many people are in front of me because it's pretty much first come first serve, right? You just stand in a line like FIFO in the accounting method and wait for your time to be in there to get in. So that's what I am right now. I'm waiting to get funded. I've paid my fees. I don't. I was hoping to be funded for today so that I could show you the CL pitch strategy. I wasn't able to. Uh, the computers behind me, you can see the monitors aren't on the markets right now. I wasn't able to access the live account today to show you the trading. So I'm kind of in limbo right now until I get my funded account. So if you're interested in the course I'm putting together, just kind of I guess if nothing else, put a thumbs up for me. If there's more thumbs up than thumbs down, then I'll move forward with it right now. I do want to make one comment about my vision board, and I am in agreement with what Dick said a little bit. So I'm gonna take the picture of me holding that and put another screenshot of one of the other ones up. So no one needs to see that. That's not the purpose of this channel. So to speak that I mean, obviously I have my strong beliefs and what I believe in, but it's not the purpose of the channel. The purpose of the channel obviously is to teach you, not to preach to you, but to teach you what I believe in, and whether you believe in it or not, that's really not up to me to decide for you. I show you what's working for me. Every time I've been able to get into funded, it means that I've made $3,000 to be able to get in. So it's fake money, but if I've done it 8, 9, 10 times, I don't know. If I've done it 10 times, that means that, let's just say that I've done 10 times. That means I've been able to earn fake money, $30,000 to be able to get back for the right to trade in the funded account. So there's a disconnect, obviously, between times that you fail against times that you get in and all that. And one of the questions I saw come across the screen today is Is Top Step Trader legit? Yes, they are legitimate. They are the man who I apologize. I'm losing my mind here. Uh, I'm gonna call him by his handle, Indiana. I'm just gonna call him by his handle, Indiana. The owner of Top Step Trader is up and up. I mean, it's just the company itself has been good to me in some ways, and and they've grown in other ways with me. So they've changed a few things. Some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with. But hey, it's not my money. It's their money. It's their gold. They make the rules. Now, since there's been a little bit more competition out there in this realm, it's been a little bit better for us, and they've adjusted as time moves on. My biggest gripe right now is the FTP not being, you're still in. Granted, they allow you to have 5 days in combine to move on from that to FTP, but they still, if you do not get out of the FTP inside of a calendar 30 days, you're going to get charged again in that rolling combine fee, in that case 150 bucks. I was fortunate enough to get out of it before, so I guess, long story short, it took me 5 days to get out of combine, and I could have been out of FTP in 7, but I had to trade the 8, 9, 10 with those crapshoot days of just taking a hit and moving on. Um, Maybe that's to be said too, is that maybe FTP should be shortened down to 5 days as well. That way, if they think you're good enough to get through on 5 days in the combine, why not 5 days in FTP as well? I just throwing it out there as a suggestion, but hey, it's not a complaint. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's so many good things that they do, and so many. Uh, I mean, the good outweighs the bad. I mean, it's it's not easy. The hardest part about it is controlling your own self inside the funded account. At least that's what I've found to be the main issue. To understand that that it's a different mindset. I'm finally starting to see, and I don't know why it takes so many times hitting a brick wall for me to see something, but hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. But prior to 2017, you had a limited amount of days. You had 9 days, and you had to make a decision. So I've come into that mindset that I've got to get so far ahead on so many days. It's not like that anymore. Uh, you have unlimited days, pretty much, as long as you're trading one day out of the 30 days in the calendar or whatever, or you let them know that you're taking some time off or whatever. But you're not set to trade. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that you do not have to trade every day in the funded account. It's a different mindset. Yeah, you have the day count when you've got that rolling fee that's coming out, but in the funded account, it's not. Yeah, you have the $85 charge, that for the data access to the. In this case, for me, I had 85 per market that you open up, right? I only have the crude oil market, so therefore only have $85. Now that comes out, and it's not prorated, so every first of the month, that 85 comes out. That is the only, with the exception of commission costs, I mean, that's the only cost now that I have to worry about. So I'm not set down, and I don't have to sit back, excuse me, I don't have to feel pressure, or at least I try not to feel, at least, let me rephrase this. I'm trying not to feel pressure to trade each and every day that I wake up and get in front of that computer. That if a certain setup doesn't happen, to be able to say, you know what, this isn't my cup of tea, this isn't the cup of coffee that I want to see today, and not trade that day. So that's going to be my biggest challenge once I get my funded account right now, is to basically sit on my hands and wait for things that are more profitable than just jumping in the market like I like to do and having a coin flip on that first trade. Is it going to win or not? And a lot of times, that more times than not, you know, the first, it's like it's a 50-50 shot. But when I do lose that first one, I end up losing the second trade just about 80% of the time if I jump right back in. So in other words, I double my loss on 2 trades, and that's where a lot of my losing days come from because I'm coming from behind. In other words, I've got 2 outs and no one on base, so it's a lot harder to get back to even or ahead if you're in that situation, as opposed to waiting for a setup, which I would call HPT, high probability trade setup, to come across the way you want to see it and then take it on. And then win or lose, you're good with it because you waited on the sidelines for a setup that you're looking for. So if I can say there's one thing I want to try differently, that's the one thing that I want to do differently. Now, I hope to have my funded account by this Friday. If not, so I can set everything up. If not, then I got to wait till next week, or maybe I'll get lucky enough to see it come tomorrow. I don't know. As of Wednesday, being 12 o'clock here Eastern time, 12:15 to be exact Eastern time, I do not have access to my funded account yet. The email says it can take up a week to 2 weeks to process and get together. They've been pretty good about staying inside of a week lately, so that's kind of the goal, is hopefully by Friday or hopefully no later than Monday of next week, I'm ready to rock and roll, and with still a week left in March. Um, I'm ahead of schedule. I'm where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in the funded account by April. So I'm there. I'm in front of it. So I've got April, May, and June. I got 3 solid months to trade. I will take off most of July except for the inventories. I'll come back in August and trade August all the way up until about second week of December. And then I'll take from second week of December to pretty much the second week of January off as well. So I know when I'm going to trade. If I can stay funded in that period of time, it makes it even better too. So last time I was able to pull out $1,000 check. I want to do a lot better this time. I want to get to 2,500 to start. I want to go from there to 5,000. And once I get to 5,000, I want to request that first withdrawal of 1,250 and start stab number 2. And I call stab 1 starting trading account balance. So starting trading account balance, if you STAB. Stab 2, I want to start it at 3,750, 3,750. So that's the goal that I'm trying to reach right now, and then double 3,750 to 6,250, I believe it would be, or whatever that is doubled, and then request the next withdrawal after that. So basically every time that I double account to withdraw, and that's part of the Jesse Livermore money management strategy that I have developed myself. It's my way of protecting me against me, and I think it goes back to the theory that if Jesse would have taken more home when he had it, he would have been a lot more, he would have been a lot better off in the long run. So, as opposed to taking a gun and shooting himself. So, at the end of his life, that it has a lot to say about the pressure, I guess, that he put him on himself once the market got away from him. And he couldn't. But there's a guy that made bukus of money on the short side of the market on several different occasions, and pretty much ends up with basically living off his last wife money at the end. So, I honestly believe if he would have pulled more money away and had, well, it's hard to say what he would have done, because he lived luxurious. He lived like a wealthy person for a part of his life because he was able to. But um, there's a lot to be said about banking profits and taking it off the table whenever it's available. Um, and using that money. And to honestly, I used the other half of the money that I had to help me get back into funded. So hopefully this next time around, I will have more and I could bet to bank some of it, put something on the vision board that I want, and pull it off and keep growing the account, you know. So um, that's the overall goal. It's always been the goal. So I guess that's it for today. That's 15 minutes of me chit chatting with you. I don't have a lot of them on my agenda right now. I just wanted to bring you up to speed of where we are. I'm waiting to get my funded account. Uh, I don't know how the strategy would have done today. Today is one of those days that the Fed's meeting and FOMC, federal fund rate, and all that happy horse crap is coming out. And historically, if it doesn't move quickly, 2 or 3 point profit target, say 60, 70 ticks, wherever the market is right now. From entry, it's usually not a good day. You need to get out and exit and vacate the premises because that market will settle down after a while. I did look at it. Looked like we were pushing close to $65 a barrel when I looked at it briefly today. So we are up considerably from where I was trading at the $61, $62 mark last week. So we've reached up about what, 2.5, almost $3 up from where the market was trading last week. So we can see it's definitely making a move up right now. So hopefully by the time I get my funded account, it'll be making that swing down and I'll capitalize on that. So we shall see, as the saying goes. That's about it for now. So hope you have a good, safe week in trading. Though the people up in the Northeast digging out right now, my thoughts and prayers with you. Move out of the liberal North, right? That's it. God bless. Take care. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Bye for now. Let's hit that right mouse button.